Hey everyone, this is Courtney Faunce at Lifescape Counseling Services. I'm a licensed mental health counselor and agency partner here at the practice. We are made up of a team of therapists, licensed social workers, and licensed mental health counselors. We actually serve a wide variety of individuals, whether it's ages 6, teens, young adults to older adults, anything from depression, anxiety, eating disorders, trauma, substance use. We also work with couples, family sessions, and regular typical individual counseling. Each of our therapists uses a different modality, including CBT, rapid resolution therapy, mindfulness, and motivational interviewing. One thing I wanted to use this time today is to talk about EMDR. So, EMDR is, we're so excited as a team because we have two EMDR therapists and two EMDR therapists in training right now. Um, when we first heard about EMDR, it's definitely been a newer modality in this area that therapists are using as additional services in their practices. And even some therapists are using just EMDR to build their whole practice in the way that they approach healing with people. So for us, we have definitely been able to use EMDR and integrate it into what we're already doing with CBT, mindfulness, and motivational interviewing. And for me, with specializing with eating disorders, it's definitely been a very powerful tool. So EMDR stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. And so, what that really means is it's a new modality for us to be able to find out what those distressing memories are and what kinds of associated negative core beliefs that we are attaching to those memories and physical responses that we're having in our current lives. We want to be able to connect the dots in order for us to find healing and recovery. So it's common that EMDR is associated with single event traumas or for only people who have been diagnosed with PTSD. However, we have found on so many occasions, and definitely in my own practice experience, EMDR can be effective for so much more than what somebody might originally think. This can be anything from depression, anxiety, low self esteem, just different relationships with food, money, relationships that we have with our family, any type of behavior or emotion that's being impaired by a negative belief system. That is what EMDR can target. And that is what EMDR has the power to be able to reprocess so that an individual may be operating from an I don't matter perspective to after working through and processing that belief system can now live their lives through the lens of I do matter and I do deserve to have peace in my life. So, for every one negative cognition, we might have a whole tree branch of positive belief systems that we can really install through the EMDR process. So with EMDR, one of the interesting and more fun parts that we get to use is this thing called bilateral stimulation. So with your counselor, we can adapt any type of variation of BLS, but it can be anything from the auditory, where we use headphones with a tone that beeps on the left and the right side, activating both sides of your brain. It can be the visual with our light bar there, or it can be with the buttons. That's going to be a more tactile stimulation. Okay, so I want to take a second to show you what it actually looks like. It's just super, super simple, nothing to be nervous about. So here is our first tool. This is our auditory BLS. It's a simple headphones that you wear during your EMDR session, where the auditory cue is doing the left and the right side. You and your counselor can configure what tone you want. Most commonly, it's a low tone, it's very soothing. Next, if that isn't preferable for you, we have our tactile. So these are just little buttons that you just hold in your hand, either open like this on the couch as they go on and off in your palms. Or what I have found to be super helpful is doing a butterfly hold bilaterally. So you cross the midline and you go and tap back and forth as the buzzers go off in your palms. Super soothing and super comfortable, and also helps you remember to breathe. And of course, if that is not preferable for you, or just simply you don't like it, you don't have to use it. Lastly is our light bar. So this is great for people who really are uncomfortable with any type of closing their eyes, or they just want to be able to see what's going on. So with the light bar, you don't move your body, but you follow your eyes back and forth. So if you can see, it just slowly goes back and forth. And depending on the processing or the stage in which you are in for EMDR, your counselor will go over with you different settings and different speeds. So that's a little bit about the BLS. Again, all of the counselors that we have here are trained to use different types of BLS, any type of variation. You can have all three things going on, you can have just one, or even if you prefer to use none of it, then we use that tapping sensation or some other type of left right brain activation. So hopefully you walk away watching this video knowing a little bit more about EMDR and the service that we provide here at Lifescape. If you have any questions, you can visit our website at lifescapecounselingservices.com. Reach out to us and we'll get back to you within 24 hours. We have appointments available that same week, and we'd love to help you on your EMDR journey into healing and freedom.